All right, I'm sorry. So our body is like that, like a self-learning artificial intelligence robotic unit. We come into this world blank. We don't know anything, and we must learn everything we need to know to operate within this ecosystem. From our parents, from our interactions with our siblings, with the school system, with society, with cultures. We learn languages, everything that we believe, everything we know, we had to learn. And within each human body is another mechanism, a self protection system that keeps you alive. It makes there's one system that makes you breathe and heartbeat and everything function correctly without us being in charge of it. It just happens automatically. But also a flight or fight response according to outside stimulus. So that flight or fight response mechanism is triggered by outside forces. So someone can be in the room with you and they can say something, and then your body responds to it. It activates. You get flushed, you heartbeat, your, your breathing, your there's an airplane flying by outside or helicopter. Let it pass over. So this ability that some force outside of you has control of your body, your your self-taught or self-learning artificial intelligence, like earth suit, some people calls it, because we're a spirit inside of an earth suit. We have a body, but we are spirit. And so we're not a body that has a spirit, we're a spirit that resides in a body. So the world programmed us to respond in certain ways. And it has to do with what we believe. If we believe something is a threat, then we'll respond to it. We'll either fight or flight, or in a lot of cases, we'll just be upset, but we won't actually do anything. But there's something at work there. An outside force has the secret code that makes your earth suit do things that are automatic, it seems like. It they take over and you do things that you don't want to do. And what I'm seeing is being filled with peace, being filled with his spirit. Wow, the helicopters are foreign countries. So these outside forces have access to our programming. Like if we believe something is a threat, we'll be aware of it and respond to it automatically. We don't have to think about it, it just happens. So if we believe a lie, it's as if it's true, and we'll respond as if it's true, even if it's not. So fear has a way of doing that. When we believe something is threatening to us, fear will cause us to avoid it or live in constant awareness of the threat, worrying that it's about to happen, things like that. And you know, your hands shake, you sweat, your heartbeat, face flush, shaking, voice trembling, all these things. Even if it's imaginary, it's not like a lie detector where it can tell what's actually a threat. It's what you believe that causes this um, outside force to activate your body against your will, your intentions. Like if you're afraid of flying and you say, no, planes are safe and I don't have anything to worry about, fear it'll do everything it can to stop you from getting on that plane, even though you want to get on the plane, you know all the facts, but you're believing lies. Phobias are irrational fears that are not based on facts. They're based on feelings, or you're believing lies and the feelings are attached to your thoughts. And so the antidote for all this is truth. And the way to find what you're believing that's not true is to be at peace. Because when you're in the middle of a battle, it's hard to think straight. Actually, the blood that's supposed to go to your brain goes to your extremities to operate the flight or fight response. So you can't think as clearly as when you're at peace. So when I was provoked to respond um, illogically to what she was saying, because I'm at peace, I was able to stop the conversation, look at the situation, pray, believing that God speaks, and then hear the answers to the problem that I was believing lies. And the lies that I was believing came up, and I renounced them with the truth, and it was as simple as that. That's a lie. This is the truth. Case closed. And I stopped thinking what people were thinking and just taking what they're saying at face value. And I'm just so happy to learn the secret, and I'm happy to pass it along. So I'm trying to think how to do this, because I can't lay hands on all of you. I mean, I love to meet with you and pray with you and do this in person, but God can do it, I believe. If you just acknowledge what I said is true, that there's outside stimulus that has access to your program and that causes your body to respond negatively or involuntarily to situations that causes you to do things you don't want to do, to be unchristlike, to be um, argumentative, to be fearful, to be um, not walking in the fruit of the Spirit, then I think if you acknowledge that you're believing lies that are causing, it's like cheat codes that the world programmed into us to keep us in line, let's put it that way. It's just a word picture, but you get what I'm trying to say. We learned wrongly how to live in this world by worldly people. And the Bible says not to be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that's what I'm talking about. You're at peace. You all of a sudden feel revved up. You're vibrating. The red button has been pushed. And then stop. Okay, why is this outside force able to cause this earth suit to activate in ways that are seemingly out of your control? And what I'm talking about is being self-controlled according to your spirit and not the programming that's in your brain. So we live from our spirit as much as we can until we renew our mind and get the truth in there and replace the lies we're believing that gives the cheat codes to the world. And, there's many examples I could give. Like, what will people think of me if they find out of this? So that's a fear of exposure, which causes us to hide. And there's feelings and thoughts attached to that. It's what the others think, what they'll say, what has been said. All of those things we put way too much weight on, and they're not true. People usually aren't thinking about us, they're thinking about them. Think about yourself. How much do you think about other people and what they did or what they said? Or, our typical day doesn't involve a lot of thinking about other people and what they did. We might have an opinion, but it's not ongoing, and either is it true usually, or, it's just accusations or half-truths, or it just doesn't matter because peace is so precious and we don't want it to be disturbed. We want to live in peace. We want to walk in peace. We want to be peacemakers because it says where it's up to you to be at peace with all people, even your enemies. And it gives us truths or instructions on how to do that, to pray for them, to bless them, to go the extra mile, to give your second cloak, to turn the other cheek, whatever it takes to get free from their controlling your body with outside stimulation or words or actions. So I want to just pray right now that, just sit back, relax, know that God loves you. He's for you and not against you. It's always been that way. We're just discovering the depths of it, just getting wet in his goodness, and he's filling us up with his peace, with the living water, the truth of the word, his word, spoken over us, that we are dearly beloved sons. He took a peculiar people, a holy nation out of the nations of the world, and he made it his own. And then he included us in what he was doing with them. We were grafted into the family of God. And there's no longer separation between the nations or between the people groups. We are one with him. He's in us, and he is for us as well as everyone else, and we're learning to walk in oneness with him, with positive with love, with mercy, with grace, with understanding, with knowledge. We proceed in each moment. And at first, these moments might be difficult. Like at first, you might just be seeing it, but not able to stop it. But at least recognize it when it comes, when you start vibrating, when you start getting upset, stop. Whatever you're in or whatever's happening can wait a second. And then pick which hill you want to die on. You want to fight for peace inside, or you want to win this argument or get free from lies. So just pray that God fills you up with his peace, and then walk in that peace continually. And when you start encountering pressure from the outside, look at it. It comes one at a time. That's the good thing. You can handle one thing, and then ask him to show you what lie you're believing that gives access to your system, which causes your body to respond in ways that you are not in control of. And then, what is the truth? And then believe the truth. Just renounce the lie, believe the truth. And then going forward, it'll be different. It won't have access. It works better this way because when you're upset, it like the programming that's causing it to happen becomes accessible by your spirit, by your brain, and you can change the programming in the moment. Like, it's hard to do when you're just sitting here thinking about, well, last week this happened or that happened. Maybe it's this, maybe it's that. It's easier and more effective if you do it in real time. So you're pulling out of the files a file that runs on its own, and you're readjusting it to the reality, to truth, and then when you put it back in, the new program doesn't respond like the old one. And I think I'll have to say more about that as I walk this out, as I learn more about it, and I hope this was helpful to you. I hope you learned from it. If you have any questions, send me a message or write in the comments, and remember to comment and subscribe. If this has been helpful, I recommend it to someone that you love. Hopefully they can learn from it. And I'm not the only one that's saying these things, but a lot of people teach stuff, but until you actually put it into practice, you don't get the fullness of it, the revelation of it, the experiential knowledge that it takes to be able to release it to others. So I'm walking this out, I'm spreading it wherever I go, I'm teaching and believing and seeing the truth of it. And I pray that for you as well. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. I know it's long. I know your time is short, so I appreciate you bearing with me. Sorry I'm all clogged up. I'm just waiting to get cleared up so I can move on to the next part of this journey. So I'll see you again soon. Thanks. Bye.